Well, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your semi-final matchup. It's going to be Asgard Gaming, one of the Davids that have taken down a slew of Goliaths, versus Apex Predators.
Now, on the left-hand side, the Davids, Asgard Gaming. Well, they've come through. It's got a crazy name. Cloud's team, which has Cloud, Mace of the Face, and the Best on it. So definitely a favorite, and definitely something that you especially go through. Didn't expect them to fall to Asgard Gaming, a team that I am familiar with, but not particularly familiar with. They also took down one step ahead, the team that beat first seed Team Salt. So Asgard is looking good so far, and we'll see if they can keep their momentum going. Loki and Yanis banned out by Asgard. Apex have gotten rid of Nuwa.
Yeah, Apex is also going to go ahead and ban out Zhang Kui, so we're going to be moving into our first pick in just a moment. Let's just reiterate what Asgard Gaming has gone through as they select their Mercury. We keep mentioning Clow, but the bigger names on that team are probably Mace to the Face and the Best, previously of Denial and Dignitas. Two very big name players that had a team, and not only did they beat them very hard. Very few deaths going the way of Asgard Gaming. They had a total of 9 deaths total. And really just won the game in about 36 minutes. So fantastic play coming out from Asgard, and we'll see if they can do it against the Apex Predators as well as those big teams. Geb and Agni locked in for Apex, while Athena and Apollo are locked in for Asgard. No surprise on the way of the Guardian.
Now looking at the picks here, it's going to be Rump. So they're going to take the priority hunter, the remaining priority hunter, away from their opponents, not away from their opponents, but take the opportunity to ban it away from their opponents, so that Apex Predators will not have ROM removed. They then will ban, their opponents will ban, and then they get their picks. So they're going to get rid of Ao Kwang, taking away, and this is totally research between the matches. Asgard Gaming was very successful with Zhang Kui, who's banned away. They were very, very successful with Ao Kwang, going 14-4 against one step ahead, also banned away. So Apex Predators definitely trying to limit the options of Asgard Gaming. And the question is, can they continue what's been going for so well for them, ride that momentum, if they're using different picks than what they have? Or is this sort of a team composition, much like we saw the breakout of Down to Frag, that was composition reliant? Apex Predators going for Apex Predators going for Nemesis.
Nemesis is going to be a good pickup, not necessarily specific to Asgard Gaming, just a comfortable jungler. We always talk about how good she is against high protection targets, but don't forget, Nemesis is actually just a good character, able to chase people down, really no problem. This match right here is pretty much why we do the Challenger Cup. Asgard Gaming coming out of nowhere could be the future, and that's why we tune in. That's why we play. That's why we had 69 teams show up today just for this Challenger Cup. There are so many teams. We had to use a 128 seed bracket, so a lot of interest coming in here, and our teams are now complete. Asgard Gaming will take Mercury, Athena, Apollo, Ra, and Aphrodite, while Apex Predators lock in Osiris to round out their roster of Nemesis, Ram, Agni, and Geb.
Two interesting compositions here. The Nemesis and the Osiris are both very strong auto attack based gods. They're both primarily junglers, but one of them won't be in the jungle. So Apex Predators probably going to be running an Osiris solo, is my guess. On the other hand, it's a double sustain composition. You've got a Ra and an Aphrodite, both offer sustain to their team. Apex Predators don't have any. So if Asgard Gaming can create an extended fight and live through the initial damage, the initial burst, they could do very well. But let's not forget how good Osiris is against sustain. His ultimate works as a weakening curse, so it will remove the ability to heal on a target. Not only that, Judgment Tether is actually an anti-heal. It actually reduces healing by the amount that it reduces damage. So Asgard Gaming needs to find a way to survive, but if they do, their excellent sustain and other strong damaging potential, such as the Aphrodite Kiss with a Mercury, could be very strong, and they could very well win this game. We'll be taking a look in just a few minutes. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, folks, to your semi-final matchup of the evening. Asgard Gaming are going to be coming out on the left side of your spectator UI from the bottom, while the Apex Predators make up the red team. Taking a look at Asgard Gaming, we have Joker 1G making up the Hunter role, supported by Elaborated on that Athena. Miraz and Tresden will be playing solo mages, as BMOC finds himself in the jungle as Mercury.
On the other side, wow, I haven't changed my names yet. Sorry, Apex Predator is going to be Panda Puncher in the jungle as Nemesis. It's going to be the guys whose name I can't pronounce playing formerly playing Jean-Qui, now playing Osiris. Smoke Trees on your ADC Rama, and hold on, we could have an engagement here. Glickstick got 3 kills last time this happened, but a nice 4-man taunt, big damage coming out. The sustain, pull back in. Y tries a lot of trouble, and we all know Geb doesn't have an escape. He will go down. First blood, but can anything else happen here in the blue trunks? Asgard is looking for blood. Glickstick's gonna dash away. BMOC waiting for his cooldown. He might be able to get Smoke Trees. He is fast. He is Mercury. He gets the special delivery, and it's gonna go directly back to himself. That's exactly how you set yourself up to carry.
Mercury starting the game 1-0-1. Miraz starting the game 1-0-1. Every single member on Asgard Gaming with at least 1 assist. The rest of them with 2. This is going to be a good start for Asgard Gaming. Apex Predator, they definitely are used to this crat. Can they come back from this? We'll see. Game is going to start a little less than 1,000 gold going the way of Asgard Gaming, so not a monumental start as far as the numbers are concerned, but that momentum, the teams have got to be feeling that one.
Well, I mean, that's like Heavy Hammer Merc Jungle. That's what Heavy Hammer Merc Jungle is made for. You get the early kill, you get the early assist, you go into lane, and then you pressure your lane. Now, Osiris and Nemesis are going to get level 2 from clearing their buff camps. Actually, I'm not sure how they got level 2. They only just cleared 1 camp, but they did get it indeed. Maybe they got... I don't know.
Either way, left side, a lot of aggression coming out. They still want to make things happen. Asgard not afraid to keep pushing. Smoke Trees flipping back on his tower with that ROM. And getting sustained with that Death's Toll crit. Middle lane, more aggression. Asgard have come to fight.
Yeah, Asgard's looking really, really strong in this game. They are not going to be able to do anything about Apex getting their speed buff on the right-hand side. Mercury was looking to try and contest, but not quite gonna happen just yet in the long lane. Control is entirely in favor of Asgard. Mid lane, Mercury's rotating over as Glickstick's gonna actually go clear a back camp. He's gonna give up some lane pressure, and he's gonna allow just nice split between Merc and Ra. But here comes the invade, and this is a big decider. It's a chance for Apex to turn the game, or it's a chance for Asgard to get further ahead, but Glickstick, it's all on him right now.
Red buff is gonna go down. It looks like it was dropped by the blue team. 3 members of Apex try to come around, and they've got a good fight against Asgard. Athena's stuck on the outside. They're actually going to play it safe. Knock up onto Mercury. They've separated Ra away from the crew, so no more heals. Glickstick with the Gem Shield. That's a good one. Otherwise, he's going down. He goes down anyway. Celestial Beam picks him up, while Panda Puncher punches the Mercury and takes him down as well. Smoke Trees in a lot of trouble right here. Good knock up from Geb, but they could finish this kill out. Roll 1 and take 1. That shield wall is going to take down the tank, and Smoke Trees gets out by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, still a 2-for-1. Not bad. Merc did go down, getting a little bit over-aggressive for the kill, but this is fine. I mean, 2-for-1, they didn't get the red buff, and that was probably the biggest mistake there, was just not timing burst to secure the kill and allowing Glickstick to pick that one up. Not literally, but get the kill and get the experience for it. Now on the left-hand side, BMOC is going to go ahead and clear his speed buff. Ra coming back down the middle lane, while Athena is holding. Mid-camps are going to be coming up relatively soon, about 20 or 25 seconds, and that's going to also be very important. Asgard Gaming, if they can, want to take them both.
Yeah, 2 members of Apex just going to get poked out a little bit, and just narrowly missing that taunt from Elaborated is a Glickstick. Good call over there, but Tresden stuck between 2 members in red. There's the ultimate that's going to cut his health down a little bit, and his protections. 2 bombs, 1 death. Tresden goes down. Right mid-camps go to the team in red.
Yeah, Team in Red's actually out farming in terms of experience. They got both mid camps. It's 4-2. but a 1200 experience lead is a lot. Apex Predators know where to be, know where to get the farm, and that seems to be something that's lost on to Asgard because they're splitting too much. They're doing stuff as groups of 4, and when you do anything as a group of 4, it's not efficient in terms of experience. 2 and 3 is efficient, so I want to see Asgard Gaming moving these jungle as sets of 2, not soloing the buffs. They're doing fine in terms of gold, but their advantage isn't what it should be.
Not at all. I mean, we're taking a look at the graphs, and Asgard Gaming started up about 700, 800 gold. Gold is all but even. About 200 going the way of the blue team, which is standard and a tie for all intents and purposes. And experience was going the way of Apex just until recently. So, folks, we've got a tie game here, 4 minutes in. 4 kills going the way of Asgard, 2 on the way of Apex Predator, as both teams sort of return to lane phase and search for the next opportunity.
Yeah, it could be a potential jungle invade. Jungle buffs are spawning around now. Red buff on the right-hand side, blue buff, and it looks like Apex is gonna go for a timed invade onto Asgard blue. No, it looks like they were just looking to see if anyone was there, so it was more like a timed gank. They don't want to actually invade the blue. Merc is now rotating over. He's gonna start on his red buff while Cyrus roams into the jungle. Does have a ward down. Mercury shouldn't be spotted out here, but Miraz, I think he is going to lose his blue here. He has to play this exactly right. Will spot it out and not going to contest. So that's more experience going the way of Apex Predators. They have already stopped playing from behind. Now they're kind of even / ahead, but Athena gank, that's exactly what they need. Nice Lord of the Afterworld to get out of there. I'm in a lot of trouble. Taunting out of tower. Snipe comes through, but it's not going to connect out of range, and a 4-man rotation results in nothing. More experience is going to be lost by Asgard.
That was a really good move coming out by Asgard, and sometimes you just don't hit your buttons correctly. We saw Mercury ult miss, Ra ult miss, a lot of that stuff, and even with the Psycho Crusher to get away, that Osiris could have been fish food. But some miss inputs right there are going to leave him absolutely no problem and no sweat, and that's going to basically officially tie the game and give a 1600 experience lead to Apex Predators. So for all you people in chat questioning if they could come back, well, here they are. They're back, and it's a tie game.
Yeah. I mean, experience advantage for Apex is definitely there, and they seem to be flexing their muscles. I want to say they have sort of control, but it's not control off of any tangible advantage. It's control off of knowing where to be, knowing what to do, and in parts composition. Agni is looking very good at this point. Osiris applies a lot more pressure, especially with that heavy hammer, than Aphrodite does. But Aphrodite has the advantage in terms of farm going into the later stages of the game. I think she brings a little bit more because of that healing and control ability. Ra could be very strong. So now, you know, maybe it's not so bad, right? Maybe the early advantage that Asgard got right with the kickoff is just going to be enough to let them roll into the mid and the late game without being behind at all.
Supports making their way back into the duo lane. We're going to taunt some damage onto Geb, but a lot of this should be inconsequential. Here comes Mercury. They're trying to change that, but 3 hits from the bombs from Glickstick bring Merc dangerously low, and Glickstick gets the kill with the Flame Wave. Athena's ult is going to go absolutely nowhere, and now 3 members of Apex are surrounding her. 1 from the back, 2 from the front. Ultimate is out from Nemesis. The charge is good, but she is slow, and down she goes. Glickstick once again getting credit for that one. His slash line now 2, 1, and 2.
And that's going to be a speed buff invade as well. Glickstick on this Agni seems to be a real terror. Just really knows how to drop all the bombs, get people low, and then make the decision. Do I dive? Do I dash in and flame wave? Or do I sit a little bit back? And it seems like more often than not, he's just going to go for that dive. So Glickstick is a big threat and a big part of the Apex Predator mid-game. Asgard can't lose too much. They're still going even in gold, but experience is starting to get really dire. 3,000 is a big deal. Looking at the more concrete differences, a lot of it's in the jungle with 2 levels. ADC is actually 1 level in favor of Asgard, and then mid is going to be 2 levels as well. Support, just 1. So it's really the jungle and mid making the difference right here.
Yeah, a lot of disparity between these two teams at the moment. Taking a look at our brackets briefly, though, we do see Snapchat Gaming. They beat Resist Gaming. That's going to bring them into the finals. So the winner of this match, Asgard or Apex, one of them will be playing Snapchat Gaming. And that'll be a best out of 3 to see who takes first place and 100 seed points for this week.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that happen. Hold on a second, though. Gold Fury is pulled, and this is a perfect sneak. Now, Agni is on his way, and he could make this happen. It's currently aggroed onto Elaborated, but will reset, and it's actually a full reset coming out. They got scared off by the rotation from Agni not wanting to commit a dive in the solo lane, and with Hog 3 available, I think Asgard missed an opportunity because it was a 3v4 on the left-hand side of the map. They had the Hand of the Gods 3, which Wytry did have as well, but he didn't have a blink. So Asgard, you know, they're probably feeling themselves after their last 2 wins, but I think they could have felt themselves a little bit more. They had that Gold Fury.
A little bit. One of the things I want to point out about this this casual kill in solo lane, Nemesis hung out in the jungle of the solo lane for a solid minute, just waiting, and found that spot. Little poke onto Agni. Agni's going to dash away and really have no problem here. Sonic Boom is charged, but Agni playing these corners very well. Judgment Tether coming out onto this Mercury. This is a really dangerous spot. Gets the dash under the tower, and Athena's here to really prevent anything else. Could have been really bad, Cret.
And this is just BMOC not really having the farm. I mean, he's only just hit level 9, and versus a level 11 Osiris, one of the few characters that can sort of take Mercury in a boxing match. You can't really be that far behind and expect to win. They both have heavy hammer, so they're both going to slow each other. But Panda Puncher caught out a little bit. The question is, will he be able to get away? Sonic Boom does connect, but he's only at about 80% health. Special Delivery, unfortunately, it's all about Merc's damage, but he gets a lucky crit. 5% chance. Dash connects with a wall. Stun comes out from Glixik, who's going to turn around. Nice immunity coming out from Miraz, and BMOC able to get a little bit more damage, but the rotation from Ra is late, and he's just going to go directly to his opponent's taken down. It's a double kill for Osiris. And when a caster utters those words, you know the opponents are in trouble.
Osiris definitely off to a good start right now. Enit starting, Enit being the player 2-0-1, the slash line right there. We already see the light blade. That's going to be the beginnings of a Chin size. We talked a little bit about how Chin size has suffered because of the nerf, the change to the cost. Hold that thought. Elaborated being pressed on right here, gonna get safely under tower. Ram in the air, trying to avoid death, trying to win this boxing match. One more will kill him, and he gets it! Smoke Tree brings down Apollo after a long duel over here in the long lane. So much aggression, both hunters down to about 10% of their individual HP. Smoke Trees lands all 3 of those shots to get the kill.
On the left-hand side, 4 members of Apex Predators are hovering around. They want the speed buff when it spawns, and they might have the timer, but they also want Elaborator, who's going to start ulting out immediately, but not going to make it. Shockwave from Geb used to add to the burst, ends up getting the kill, which is fine. And now 4 members are going to take the first tower of the game. It's the dual lane tower, going in favor of Apex Predators.
11.5 minutes in. Apex Predator with 9 kills. Asgard Gaming with 4. Taking a look at the golden experience graphs. The red team, Apex, leading by 2,300 gold. 7,600 experience as well. Off to a great start despite their early speed bump of the the double kill that Asgard wound up sneaking off. So it's up to them to really keep playing this lead, Cret. They're up a little bit, not really anything to write home about, but this is the beginning of the lead that you take into the late game.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, 2,000 gold is where you start to kind of feel it, and at the 12-minute mark, it's not a poor amount to have, but 7,000 experience is really substantial. The abilities hit really, really hard right now. Like Glixik, for example, on Agni, he's got max rank Flame Wave, he's got max rank Dash, and he's got his bombs at rank 3. This is really a big power spike, because at this point, not just Fumes damage you don't really care about, it's gonna hit your opponent for, you know, like 30, 40 more when you have it max rank as composed to level 1, and that's all it really affects. It doesn't touch the stun time or anything like that. So from here, in terms of experience, Glixik cares about stats and levels. He's in a really good spot. Gold Fury will be pulled. Apex Predators taking advantage of a natural timing with their Agni. This could be a tough contest, especially with the rotations coming out. Aphrodite's very far away, and Osiris is already in the middle lane. Tresden is in a lot of trouble. Lord of the Afterlife does not connect, but Slice and Dice will do enough. Left-hand side, team fight coming out. Joker in the front line, but he's getting collapsed on from the right-hand side. We'll have to reposition. Slowed out. Glixik is going to drop the stun cloud, but Joker is able to sprint away. Gold Fury goes to Apex. Not yet, but it will.
Yeah, Gold Fury being pulled by all 5 members of Apex. There's 3 members of the blue team coming over here. Mercury ultimate, Athena left in the dust. That should be hog range. Can they do it though? Geb's ultimate comes down. That's going to stun a couple. Down comes Mercury. Gold Fury goes the way of the blue team, it looks like right there. Asgard gets the steal, so great steal right there. BMOC gets 1 kill. Smoke Trees gets the trade-off onto his opponent, Hunter. 2 members of the red team are trying to back, but they're not going to let him. Why try? He's going to die to hi-rez at his
right-hand side, 1v1. Panda Puncher taking down Special Delivery into the punches. Merc so strong. Smoke Tree's going to retreat, and that was the turnaround that was needed. Gold is even. Experience still pretty rough, but it's gonna start recovering with this mid lane push.
Yes, this at the very least, this mid tower is gonna go down. Taking a look at spawn timers, we have Panda Puncher coming up in 20 and Ennet coming up in about 5 seconds with Y-Try already up here. So they're gonna abandon this push, but they do get that tower. Once again, our game is tied. Apex Predator still leading the way with the respects to experience, so that's going to tilt the scales in Red's favor. But Asgard Gaming evens up the gold, which is one of the most important metrics in this game of Smite.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Asgard Gaming realized, all right, we're getting behind. We're starting to fall behind on experience. We need to fight now. This is our opportunity. We have the global presence. So they went in with Merc, which is semi-global. They went in with Apollo, which is global. They went in with Athena, which is global. They made the fight happen. The circumstances were not perfect, but they were favorable. And in the end, they got a nice victory, recouping a lot of gold. Just about 3,000. And now it's just about experience getting back up there in the levels, sharing properly, farming properly, and Asgard Gaming, they're looking good.
Left lane, we saw some aggression coming out, but a good rollout from Geb is just going to deter Asgard from really pushing on. Just some more presence. Sometimes you don't even need to push your ability buttons, you just need to show up. 2 members of Apex, 3 members of Apex are here trying to harass Mercury while he gets his speed buff. Not going to be able to do it. Mercury successfully gets his buff, so that's a good one. And Athena caught out just a little bit, but on the good side of the geometry. Here comes Nemesis trying to aggress onto BMOC, bringing him down to about half HP with the help of his center mage. He's going to be taken down by Glickstick. That's 1 kill in the books for the red team, and they're going to keep on pushing, looking for this Apollo, trying to make the rotation.
Yeah, Joker is going to dash away, but he knows he needs to ult. Bomb comes out from Glickstick, damage with the Flame Wave as well. Apollo's going to rotate into the middle lane. He's going to circle and come back out on Glickstick, dash away. Nice play from Glick. Not going to take too much damage. In the middle lane, though, Init is going to start fighting 1v2. He could be in a lot of trouble. The snipe's going to come out, but is not going to connect. Lord of the Afterlife and diminishing returns will save Init. The only reason he was able to jump away is because that was the second CC to apply to him. It lasted slightly shorter, and that's why he survived.
Great play coming out from that Osiris. You know, we've seen Osiris get a kill thus far with that Lord of the Afterlife. It's such a good idea to shut down healers, and they're trying to do that without him this time around. Get the clap onto Tresden. He's forced out of here. It's 3 members of Apex. Both of these teams are being unreasonably aggressive, Kret.
Yeah, they definitely are. Hold on the left-hand side, there's a bit of a Hunter duel, 13 versus 15, but creep wave advantage in terms of Joker. He's got sprint going, but it's going to wear off. Smoke Trees will dash away, and that's the end of the boxing match. It was a good trade for Joker. So you wanna do that in lane, but when both Hunters start to get that lifesteal rolling, you need to get a little bit more, and Joker just doesn't have the damage to confirm a kill quite yet. He's not behind in items, just those levels. hi-rez will recall on the right-hand side, leaving his lane open, but it looks like Apex isn't going to pressure it. Mid lane, Ra, though, could be in trouble. Merc has the ult charged up. Let's see what happens. Nemesis ult coming through. Ra takes a lot of damage, but he's going to be able to avoid the meteor and get to safety. Snipe comes through, will not connect. Glickstick forced to dash away. Elaborate is here. Sonic Boom is ready. Dash forward from the Athena. They're splitting targets. The Flame Wave will get off. Athena ult coming through, but it might not be enough. BMOC gets the kill, but he's going to die soon after. Dashes away. Special delivery. He manages to make it around the corner, but Lord of the Afterlife finds the kill. Apollo in the left-hand lane on the chariot, rotating over, but he needs to find the right situation, the right timing to go in, and it looks like on a Panda Puncher. Gets the knockback. Big damage coming coming out in the circle, and Panda Punchers very low, will fall to Joker. Now Enid in trouble, takes the Stone Shield. Rama up in the air. Osiris seems to be the target, but Smoke Trees gets Tresden on the back of that fight. Osiris will fall. 3-on-2 in the middle lane. Rom's out of mana. Miraz is sustaining his team. They can dive back off. Not going to connect with the ADC. That's what they needed, but the dive onto Geb, and he's in a lot of trouble. Going to be able to back away. Creep Wave is here. I think this tower could go to Asgard. We'll see what they do.
Asgard's going to go ahead and back off right here, Kret. They don't want to bite off more than they can chew. It was a 50-50 shot, I think, how they reacted underneath the tower. Both aggressor and defender would really determine that situation. And I don't think Asgard was confident enough to really make that power play at this point in time. They're still down over 6,000 experience, despite the gold being about even. So they don't really want to go head on, especially with the added character that is a structure.
Well, the other thing is that ADCs aren't really online just yet. Yeah, they're gonna have the Devo gloves and the pen boots, and they're working on that. Executioner Smoke Tree is just finishing it up, but he put less gold into actives than his opponent. The thing is, though, Executioner is like the point that your auto attacks come online. It wasn't there yet for Joker. It wasn't there yet for Smoke Trees. So before that point, you're just kind of like, well, I guess I'll hit people with my abilities because that's my best source of damage. So Apollo's using his ultimate. He's so beautiful. Rom using that ultimate. On the left-hand side, Elaborate is getting very aggressive here. Wytry is going to be in trouble. He gets flanked by Mercury. Glixic forced to use beads. Still has his dash up, but he's going to find himself in a really tough spot here. Special delivery interrupted. Elaborate and Smoke Trees are in the area as well. Defender Olympus coming through, trying to keep BMOC alive, and it will, but not for long enough as Joker takes a lot of damage, and now Ra needs to find a way to keep his teammate up. Rom's in the air, the heal on the ground. Nice shell coming out. Miraz is here too. Nemesis dives in. Great taunt. Smoke Trees taking a lot of damage now. He's trying to unleash. Wytry goes down. Smoke Trees eliminated. Miraz with the double, hitting him with the Mirazzle Dazzle, and now they're looking for the middle lane. And he's gonna drive forward. Tresden, no, they can't get the kill. Gold Fury is on their mind.
Asgard Gaming going to rotate over to this Gold Fury, 4 members deep, and there's nothing Apex can do about it. 13 of 15 kills. They're down in kills, folks, but they're up in gold, 1,300 at the moment, and if you give them 1 second, I'm sure they'll expand on that. Wait, Athena would like to elaborate this lead, jumping up to about 2,800 gold by the way of the blue team. So this has been very back and forth since the very first minute. This is a game to watch. 20 minutes in, we have no clear leader.
No clear leader just yet. Right hand side though, towers being pressured. Athena's rotating over, but that's not really gonna do too much. They clear the creep wave. Tower's still low, but it looks like Ennet is going to respect the rotation. He sees one, expects more. He actually was wrong, but it's good practice. You see an Athena rotating over, you think the police are coming to get you. Just turns out they weren't this time. You know, just the squad car driving by was enough to scare off the criminal tower pusher. Elaborate's gonna take this fight, but with Shinsai's up on Osiris, it's gonna be tough. Sonic Boom coming in. Mercury wants it as well, and it down to about half. And we mentioned that the Mercury Osiris 1v1 is one of the more even matches, but stunned out is BMOC, uses beads a little bit too late, receives Defender Olympus, but Miraz is coming in. He does have Undying Love, special delivery, and with the reinforcements, the unfair 1v1, it's still gonna go to BMOC.
Beautiful play all around right there, Kret. We saw Mercury come in perfectly through this Mercury lane. Nemesis is going to try and even up the score just a little bit. 2 ultimates used on Miraz. He's about halfway down his life bar. 2 bombs and a flame wave, and that's going to secure the kill, going the way of Glickstick. Towers down, elaborated all alone with no structures.
Look at Ra, though.
Ra's coming in from the side, trying to make something happen. Really no CC on Ra, but here comes the knockup via Apollo. Good stun, but double stun coming out from Glickstick. Wytry stuck all alone. He falls down very fast. Not quite tanky enough to tank 4 enemy members, and the 3 members of Apex are retreating onto their tier 2 solo lane tower. Blue team gonna take a look at Fire Giant. Can they do it?
I think they can, because Mercury just came online. Deathbringer is in effect. They've got their Hunter with Executioner. The Fire Giant is dying rather quickly, and they have the Raw to sustain damage under Joker, but a big taunt on Sue. Damage coming out. Glickstick is dead. Smoke Trees just dashes into the wall, but he dies mid-roll, and now it's all about the Fire Giant push. Asgard Gaming is coming to reclaim their throne, because the Chaos side is Odin's throne. And they're from Asgard.
Aggression going over here on the right side of the map, folks. Panda Puncher getting very low despite the fact that she tossed out that ultimate. Good job from Athena. Nothing really coming. Red team going to go ahead and fall back. They don't want to fight 4 against 2, especially when it's more like 5 against 2 with that Fire Giant buff. Asgard Gaming rotating towards the center lane, looking like they're going to take out these Harpies and push. Well, mi-rez is going to push middle. I expect for Asgard to meet her. Nope, they're going to just pick up some jungle camps. So more of a defensive Fire Giant than an all-out let's push a lane after getting the objective, and that's what they're going to do. Before, this has been a very back and forth game, folks. Asgard Gaming sufficiently in the lead. 5,000 gold that way and 2,000 experience swinging the way of Asgard Gaming.
Let's take a look at mi-rez's build really quick, because I really like it. You've got the Warlock Sash, which is just very good on Aphrodite. Gives you the health, gives you magic power, and you're going to be in that front line. Elaborator is going to try and invade on red buff, doesn't get it. And invading red solo, he wasn't really at risk. His team was close enough. He wants the buff because it does so much magic power. It's such a big buff, 20% on the Glickstick, who is doing a ton of damage for his team, sitting at 19,000 player damage right now. mi-rez is going to be helping his team push forward with the sustain. Ra has arrived as well. Elaborator going in hard and gets nice shield wall damage, but his Glickstick unloading. Undying Love will be used, and mi-rez is still at full health. The tower goes down, and now they just need to catch special delivery. Glickstick dashes away. Snipe comes through. It's only going to hit Geb, and it nice sonic boom. Smoke Tree is forced to reposition. Beamog taking damage. He went to him, but the heal on top gets damage. Birds confirming the kill, and it diving in the back. But can he get Joker? No, he can't. mi-rez finds the double, and once again will be able to secure that for his team. Panda Puncher getting very low. The doves will connect, and mi-rez has the triple. 2 players remaining. It's just Ra. It's just Aphrodite, but the 2 of them linked together is absolutely horrifying. Smoke Tree's in trouble. Back off. Will connect. Doves not quite able to roll away from it. The Phoenix still at full health, and it looks like the Fire Giant push has been stopped. Snipe through the wall. Will not connect. They couldn't get the Phoenix.
That's a win for Apex Predator right there.
Yeah.
They traded 3 for 3 out of their own Phoenix, didn't give up the Phoenix, which is the major point right there, folks. All Phoenixes remain up. Fire Giant buff sufficiently gone now, just dwindling on this Ra. Everybody else it's gone off of. Great plays by mi-rez to get those 3 kills, but they were almost a necessity. Apex Predator won that because it was even, and if Asgard had lost more than Apex right there, that would have been a very bad situation. Asgard needs to lay back, regroup, and think more carefully about the next time they want to engage.
What it comes down to is they have to keep their Mercury alive. He dove under that Phoenix. He took a lot of damage, and he died almost instantly, but Beamlock is such an important source of damage for his team because he's able to burst so hard with his 4 steroids coming in, critting for 722 on the Gulftree, which is going to be taken. Oh, that's a 1024. Going to be taken by Asgard Gaming here. So Mercury is very, very important. He does a ton of damage. He's just hard to keep up because, first of all, he's going incredibly ham. Second of all, there's a lot of damage on Apex Predators and 2 weakening curses. 2. And an Osiris ult.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story to completely shut down healers. You have 2 items that shut down healers and a character that does the same job. So that was Apex Predator's entire thought process once they saw the Aphrodite and the Ra come out. They knew they were purchasing these actives. They knew they would be using this ultimate pretty much on a whim. Right here in the right lane, looking at some aggression coming out. Good knock-up from Geb. Panda Puncher getting very low, trying to escape. Good ultimate from Mercury, and that's going to spend the end of her. Elaborated actually gets credit for that one. Glickstick going to go down in a fury of fists. Credit to BMOC. The Osiris going to find his way out of the situation while Wide Try just gets surrounded one more time. 5 members versus 1. Joker 1 gets credit for that kill. This is a dead tower. With 3 members down, only Osiris and Rob remain. This could be a Phoenix.
It needs to be a Phoenix. Asgard had trouble pushing in under that first Phoenix, but now they have creeps. They have sustain on 2 characters. And here's the thing. Weakening Curse is great. No healing. But it doesn't work between fights. Smoke Trees is going to use beads. They're forced out by the dash and taunt. Tower's getting focused. The MOC on that one while mi-rez is zoning with back off. The call could be for the Titan here. Poke with special delivery. They need to take out this Osiris, and he's going to apply that weakening curse effect onto Mercury, who's starting to take some damage, getting a little bit low. Will land the stun soon. BMOX not able to kite it. Call is going to be the Titan. Rom's up in the air, and it taken down by a crit. Ra's gonna fall. 3 players standing. The Titan's getting low. Doves come through. Back off as well. CDR could make all the difference. A shell comes out. 2 players left up. It's Miraz and Joker, but they get it. In the end, Asgard Gaming will take the Titan. They will move on to the finals, and Miraz is gonna go head-to-head with an ex-teammate, Ecliptium, in your final matchup. Asgard Gaming versus Snapchat Gaming.
Wow. This game was back and forth. I hate to sound like a broken record, folks, but this is why we show up to the Challenger Cup. We just have 2 fantastic teams come out. A lot of unknown players, a lot of unknown variables for both teams and the audience. So having to match up against these players is difficult. Having to match up against these situations is unknown. And Asgard Gaming, the team that has the David in a sea of Goliath, they've taken down big names like Mace to the Face. Can they take down in the finals? Fantastic play coming out from, honestly, both teams. Asgard started off with fantastic kills in the early game, and Apex really took over the mid game, right, Cret?
I mean, their mid game was absolutely disgusting, and honestly, it was really more like late early game.
Yeah.
The initial fight, the level 1 fight, went to Asgard a lot, like far. And honestly, I think if they didn't take those kills and all went as it did, Asgard would not have won this game. I think they would have gotten too far behind in the late early game, early mid game, because they turned around when they were behind in experience, but they weren't behind in gold. They turned around with that Gold Fury fight, the engage. The moment I called it, I said, they're not going to get it. And it looked free to me. It really did.
Yep.
But Asgard was like, we got to go in. This is the point of no return. If we lose it here, that's fine. But if we give this up, we're going to get behind in gold and experience. We don't want to let that happen. So they went in, they went ham, and they got the trade that they needed, and they were able to bring it back. And so I don't think they would have been able to do that if they were slightly further behind. I think that point would have been hit already. They would have lost that fight, and the game would have moved towards Apex from there. It didn't. Asgard played very well. Apex did as well. Both of these teams sort of coming out of thin air. I'm really excited. That could have been a finals match, and I want to see another matchup between these 2 teams in the future, in the finals, in the semifinals. They both deserve to be here. They both played really well, but we're going to be moving on to just see 2 teams, Asgard and Snapchat Gaming, in the grand finals, best of 3, and then the in the consolation match, the 3rd place match, which is for seed points, is for money. It's going to be Resist Gaming versus Apex Predators. You can spectate that one if you want to. You know the team names, but we'll be back with the finals in just a few minutes.